Before I go into this video, if you don't care about the math, if you don't care about how we got here, if you just want to see how it's done, with the quick, dirty, easiest way to find diamonds, go ahead and skip ahead to the time in the description. Otherwise, keep on watching. Hey guys, what's up? Jehobus here. Welcome back to the channel, and today I'm going to be showing you the best method for going strip mining for diamonds. Everyone knows that diamonds are a huge part of the game. You basically can't win without them. You need them for enchanting tables, you need them for obsidian, and netherite tools are basically impossible to get without them. Everyone's looking for them. I'm going to show you the best way to find them. So quick heads up, there's going to be a little bit of tech in this video. It's going to be a little bit more focused on how the diamonds generate and the kind of the math behind why this is the best strip mining method. But I promise by the end of it, you're going to know exactly what to do. It's all going to be crystal clear, and you're going to have more diamonds than all your friends on the server. Alright guys, so the first step to finding all the diamonds you possibly can in this game is to make one big long main tunnel along your mine shaft. So I've made it in this case to where this is like the main stairways that would come down from above ground. You're going to come down to y equals 11. I know right now my position says y equals 4, but that's just because I'm in a flat world. In your actual overworld survival worlds, you're going to want to make sure that you're at y equals 11. That's where diamonds are most commonly generated. Alright, so once you have your main tunnel built, you're going to want to come back to the very entrance of your mine, and wherever that first block is, go into the 7th block. Wherever you started your mine, go in 7 blocks and start building there. So you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is where you're going to make your first strip mine. For the rest of this video though, I'm going to call them alleyways. Just make them a little bit easier to reference to. So you're going to make your very first alleyway on your 7th block. And then this can go as deep as you want it to. I usually make mine about 100 blocks long. But I'm going to come back once I get this all mined out and show you what to do next. And then go ahead and make sure you do the same thing on the right side too, on the 7th row of blocks. Go ahead and make your second alleyway so it's exactly in line with the first one you made. So now that you have your first set of alleyways made, you can go ahead and make the rest of them, but make sure that you space them out just a little bit different from your first one. On our first alleyways, we did it on the 7th block. For the rest of them, you want to do it on the 8th block. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you can see I already dug this one out, just like I dug out the rest of them already, just to show you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then just keep doing that along as far as your main tunnel will let you go. And of course, do it on both sides. Alright guys, so now that you have all your alleyways dug out, you've probably found a good handful of diamonds along the way, but there's even more hidden in the walls that we're not seeing. So I'm going to show you how to sniff those out real quick. This is where the video starts to get a little bit more technical, but I'm going to walk you through it real cleanly, and you're going to see exactly why this is the best way to find diamonds, no problem. So come back to your main entrance, where your main staircase is, and then on your first set of alleyways, go ahead and go in, and on the 3rd block, make a little poke hole. And then of course do the same thing on the other side. And then the next poke hole that we make is going to be on the 4th block instead of the 3rd. Just like when we started our mine, the rest of them are going to be 4, but the first one is 3. So go ahead on the 4th block, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And so on, all the way down. And keep in mind that you're only doing this for your first set of alleyways. More specifically, it's going to be every odd numbered alleyway. You'll kind of see how that comes back around in a second here. But make sure that your first alleyways, it's going to be only on the 3rd and then the 4ths. And keep in mind too that when you're making your poke holes, you're going to actually take them as far as you can. So it's going to go 5 blocks deep from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm just doing the first one so I can demonstrate a little bit later how this is the most effective way of finding diamonds. So our initial alleyways that we made are good, and they definitely almost certainly found you some diamonds along the way. But let's imagine for a second that there's a diamond ore right here. If we had just stuck with our alleyways, we never would have ever found that diamond. But by going through here and making little poke holes, we can find more that are hidden in the walls that we never would have found before. And then the reason that you want to make your poke holes every 4th block is for a very similar reason. We can see right here that with this setup, we've already searched this row of blocks and this row of blocks here. Diamond mining is all about how many blocks you can search at once for diamonds in the most efficient possible way. So we know that right here and right here is totally clean. So the absolute closest a diamond ore could generate without us seeing it right now would be right here. Which means that if we go every fourth block from there, we're still guaranteed to pick out this diamond ore. The only time you might not find one is if it's an extremely specific generation where it only winds up in like a 2x, or if it only winds up in one row for some reason. Otherwise, you're going to find every single diamond in the walls this way. So go ahead and just go through, make sure you've made your poke holes every fourth block on every odd alleyway. And then I'm going to do that real quick, come back, and show you what the next step is. Haha, there is no next step. You're done. You should have something that looks just about like this, to where every odd numbered alleyway has poke holes in it. So 1 has them, the second doesn't, the third has them, the fourth doesn't, the fifth has them, the sixth doesn't, and so on. Now, if we kind of pan up here and look at the grand scheme, you can see why this is the best method for finding diamonds. An average diamond ore is going to try and generate in a 2x2 block, and so basically the goal is to make it so that there's no 2x2 blocks that we can see with our grid here. So for example, if we go over here, we can see that there's no place where we can make a 2x2 area that doesn't get searched by either our poke hole or our alleyway. Right there doesn't work. Would have found it with that poke hole. Right here doesn't work. Would have found it with that poke hole. Right here doesn't work. Because although you would have missed it with this poke hole, you would have found it with this alleyway. So no matter what, no matter how these diamonds lie, you're pretty much always going to find them. And instead of having to go through every single alleyway and hope that you were doing your poke holes right, by just spacing it out right and doing just a little bit of math based on how these diamonds try and generate, you can absolutely mathematically guarantee that this is the best way to do it. Alright, so now I've already showed you the math and everything, let's just do a quick recap. The first thing you're going to do is make your big long tunnel. It can be as wide as you want it to be. For this case, I made it 4. Make sure you're at Y11, that's where the diamonds are going to be most commonly generated. Your first alleyway is going to be on block number 7. The rest of them are going to be every 8th block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. After you've made all your alleyways every 8 blocks, go ahead into every odd alleyway, so every first, every third, and every 5th alleyway, and make your poke holes. Your poke holes are going to be 5 deep. The first one's going to be on the 3rd block. Everything's going to be on the 4th block after that. And if you just carry this pattern throughout your entire mine, where you only do the poke holes on every odd, and then keep every even mine just straight, you can basically guarantee that you find more diamonds than anyone else on your server. This is the exact method I use in my own worlds. I've been using it since I pretty much started playing Minecraft, and it's done very, very, very well so far. I've yet to be disappointed by this method. It's quick, it's easy, and you basically guarantee that you find every diamond in the area that you search. Alright guys, that's about it for this one. Hopefully you got it, hopefully it's clear enough, and hopefully you can put this to good use in your worlds. Make sure you stick around for some Let's Plays that are coming out soon, more tutorials, more just general tips, advice, how to play the game. I'm really digging putting these videos out, and I'm really having a lot of fun making these. So, hopefully you guys are having fun watching them. Alright, I'll see you guys later. Find some diamonds. So I'm going to pop those out real quick and show you what you should be in. So I'm going to go ahead and pop those out real quick and show you what should be. So I'm going to pop those out real quick and show you what you should be left with. So I'm going to pop those out real quick and show you what you should end up with. There we go.